Two podcasts, one destiny. The Ranger Command Power Hour and Talkin' Toku at the Nation present Talkin' Ranger Toku Command at the Nation Summer Crossover Special. Coming May 31st, only on the 3rd.
Hey there, Eric here from Socially Awkward Studios, and this 4-Eyed Radio presentation is being proudly brought to you by Raven Designs, illustration and design that fit your personality. For samples and inquiries, visit ravencruise.com.
Hey everybody, this is Jeff, and everyone else in the show is going to have to be funny because I'm about to throw an iPad against a wall.
Hey, and this is Steve. I think I want to cut my hair.
Welcome to the 12A Podcast, where you're going to learn about movies, entertainment, and a lot of other cool stuff. And now, here's three people who know the lyrics to Danny's song. Steve, Carly, and Jeff.
It was a beautiful, beautiful moment when we were singing Marcus and Messina together, and I wish there was a camera or something on there. It would have been great, yeah.
Yeah, I know, because that would have been really candid. It would have been so perfect.
Like the perfect behind the scenes.
We were really all intimately singing it, too.
We were.
Mm-hmm.
We were.
Sweet
It was
moment.
horrible. It was a horrible moment. It's a horrible song.
I was longingly looking in Sam and Steve's eyes. Where were you?
Where
I
were you,
was
Jeff?
fighting with technology.
Yes, you were. You
Yes.
You've been pissing us off all night.
But
with
you
your
did. But you
iPad
did say
tech.
this. You did say the song. So even in anger, you knew the words.
No, I did not.
were. No, he was the only one not singing.
I did not
wasn't
know the
singing.
song, yeah.
He was-
Well, now
He
I
was
gotta.
just staring
Okay, I
at
gotta
us.
redo the
Yeah.
intro now.
No,
Here's,
yeah.
here's two people
Yeah.
who know the song
Cut.
to Danny's song. Jeff and Carly. and
No, not only
Steven
am I
Carly.
fighting technology, but I'm like outside the loop. Like you guys are all having your personal inside the joke moment, and here I am screwing around with
Jealous.
this damn iPad.
Hashtag jealousy.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Jeff.
You know,
I'm sorry.
All right, I'm not going to give too much more life to this iPad, but this is your mom's iPad?
This is my mom's iPad, and I'm supposed to
Fix it.
yeah, pretty
'Cause
much.
You're the kid. You know the technology, right?
Apparently.
Yeah. Do you tell your mom there's this thing called an Apple Store?
Yeah,
They have
good
geniuses there.
Yeah, I did, and they said you need to find your son to help you with this.
They did not.
No, I'm serious. She really took it to the
What?
Apple Store, and then they were like, "Yeah, you need to hook this up to a real computer." And
Oh, okay,
update
got you.
whatever,
Yeah.
whatever, and they wouldn't do it for her. So they're like, "Yeah, go
That's
get your
jacked.
son," and that's what the genius told her to do.
Do we need to take some deep breaths, Jeff? Can you let it go?
Moments.
I think inside every genius is an asshole
Perhaps.
somewhere.
I think you might be onto something.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. All right. Well, Carly, we're going to bring this out, and hopefully you'll be able to listen to it next week. But back in the day, Jeff and I had done a beta test of this podcast. Like, we have an episode 1, but there's like an episode 0
Yeah.
that we've never ever played before. So Jeff's going to find it because he's got to save it on a hard drive.
Ooh.
I want to listen to it again. Like, I found some show notes from our very first podcast, but nothing from that one. And I remember us having a lot of fun with that one and talking about things like the very first time we sat in a movie theater and stuff like that. So
That's cool.
I want to try and
Yeah,
find it.
and in fact, did we do 2 betas? Because I think we did
did.
one here, and then we also did one over at the studio.
Yeah. Yep.
So, and I think 1 or 2 of those, Sam actually did the intro that's on YouTube, right? I think you took some of that
Yes,
beta stuff. Yeah.
I did.
So it was a lot of fun. One of my very first second base to $1 was the This Means War with Reese Witherspoon and Chris Pine and Tom
yeah.
Hardy, and so
Send this to me.
Okay.
I want to listen to it.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
It was a lot of fun. So that was our test run is what we called it on our show notes. So and there's a lot of things that have changed and a lot of things that have improved. I got to say thanks a lot, Sammy,
good.
for doing all the audio because
Yes.
it's like awesome.
Yeah, awesome audio.
thank you.
Yeah.
Talented.
Thank you.
Very cool. Streaming. What if we streamed, ladies and gentlemen?
Well, whenever you go first, Jeff.
I have. Yeah, let me get this out of the way so I can just sit over here and
Oh, no.
mull over.
Okay.
So I mainly just been streaming Cheers, but
hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with
Everybody,
that. We're good. So
everybody
I got a lot
knows
to
your
catch
name.
up on. And
That's ironic that you're streaming Cheers and you're not cheerful.
yeah, yeah.
Good point.
Yeah,
Sam.
I could use one of those bars where everybody knows my name and I just had a long
And some
shitty
alcohol,
day.
maybe.
That's where you're at right now, buddy.
Yeah.
That's where you're at right now.
Pretty much. Yeah, I could use that.
Okay,
bar
so
right
let's
now.
do this. Let's pretend Jeff is Norm. And Jeff comes in the bar.
Am I Kirstie Alley?
I am the
Well-
one who started drinking tonight.
Yes. So Jeff comes in the bar, and we all say, Jeff, 1, 2, 3.
Jeff! Hey, everybody! All right.
Do you feel better?
You feel better?
Feel a little bit more
I
loved?
do. Thank you. All right.
I didn't say anything because I'm Kirstie Alley, so I'm kind
Oh,
of,
you're not
I'm kind
supposed
of,
to.
Yeah, no.
You're too
Being a
cool.
bitch.
Too.
I'm
Yeah,
too
thanks.
bitchy, and I have my own room.
Yeah, no,
So
well,
cheers.
it did feel nice to kind of sit and put my arms around my friends on the couch and
Yeah,
snuggle with
see?
you guys. So that was
Yeah.
kind of nice. Yeah. Aside from streaming, the one thing, and I've talked about this before, you know, we talk about not just like streaming, but like cheap, accessible media. And so I've talked about this before. Like one place I love to go for my movies is my local library, because they have like so many movies. And lots of libraries are doing this now, but at the one near us, in Gilbert,
Greenfield
is
one?
particularly stacked. Yeah. And so, I mean, I caught up on 3 of the Oscar-nominated movies that I didn't get a chance to see in the theaters.
Okay.
So here's the 3 Oscar-nominated movies that
You saw.
that I saw for the first time this week: Captain Phillips,
Okay.
The Wolf of Wall Street, and Bad Grandpa.
Okay. I would like you to do a review first on Wolf of Wall Street because it's one of my very favorites.
Really?
Very, very favorites. I have a feeling though that you would be opposite of me.
No.
I just want to, real quick, point
Isn't
out
it
there. Sorry, I got really
amazeballs?
close to the mic there. But he also used the word stacked to describe our library.
I noticed
And it
that.
was very sexual, sexy.
noticed
like,
that, yes.
you know, okay, I just want to make sure it wasn't just
Ooh.
me. Our library
Yeah,
is stacked.
Speaking of
Okay.
stacked, Wolf of Wall Street was a lot of fun.
Yes. Yes.
It wasn't flat. Is that
Yeah.
what you're saying?
No.
It's satisfied.
Yeah, it was. It was good. It was. I love Scorsese. I love to hear him talk about movies more than I like to actually watch his movies. But it was interesting seeing him do a comedy because in person he's a really funny guy, but his movies are always like really dark and whatnot.
Sure,
So it was really fun. And
Twisted.
DiCaprio doesn't really do a lot of comedy either, so it was fun to see them do the comedy. So I felt the down parts were like the movie was too long. And I'm not big on movies that glorify the villains, and it just there were a lot of Scorsese movies. I just don't feel like there's resolution in the end. It's just kind of like
It's like real life.
That's
That's why. It's
Yeah.
reality.
So there was some stuff like that, but I love where it really excelled is like scenes. It had really, really good scenes. Like for me, I think one of the all-time, I think they had one of the funniest scenes I've seen in a movie in a long time.
Okay.
Where they're
Which
sitting-
scene?
Which one?
Where they're sitting around in a boardroom and they're talking about the midgets.
Okay, yep.
I about fell out of my couch laughing so hard. That was so funny.
It's like it was so mean and so funny.
Yeah, it was so
you felt
degrading.
yes,
and-
But
exactly.
they were having a very serious conversation.
Yeah,
though.
it was-
yeah,
It's
no,
always a
yeah,
conversation
totally, they
with
were.
But yeah, it was just interesting. The comedy played well in terms of this world of excess that they live in, and it was solid.
My favorite scene, I have to just say, was it was probably the worst scene. Was his view of how he drove home.
Versus the reality.
How it really happened. And I saw some
Yeah.
some behind the scenes on how they had to film. Remember when Fat Boy was like choking?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they ended up doing that for like 2 hours, just that little scene there, because they had to get like him to choke up the piece of bologna just right where it like lands just right on him.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and so like what's his name? Fat Boy was like super
Hill?
yeah, like
Fat Boy, okay.
super exhausted.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I had to add that. It was
What'd
really
you do
interesting.
today? I was choking for 2 hours.
Yeah, exactly. I was pretending to die for 2
Yeah,
hours.
Right. Leonardo DiCaprio literally saved my life 30 times.
Yeah, literally.
Literally.
Well, I'm glad you liked it because I didn't think you would. I'm glad you did.
Why didn't you think I'd like it?
Sometimes I feel like you seem a little vanilla with like maybe harsher things like sex and violence. So that's refreshing to me for you to hear
Right.
that.
Okay.
That's cool. No, but I totally agree with you though, Jeff. The scenes were made. I don't think I ever felt it was long, except for I'd always wonder like, man, when's the ending coming?
Yeah.
Like this guy's
This is,
life,
like,
like can
going
this
on
keep
and on,
happening? Like the
yes.
boat and everything else, and but scenes
Yeah.
were great. I love the big party when they're all on drugs. They're talking about the
my
shoe
God,
guy
yes,
and everything,
yes.
and then when Jonah Hill comes down, whacking it off.
Oh my God.
I mean, there's just these little scenes like that, just like
That's
and I
a
just
good
die
point,
laughing.
Jeff. You're right.
But
the
yeah,
scene.
you're
Yeah.
totally right. That's what made.
I,
that movie.
on the event of sex and violence, I will say I am really impressed that it got an R rating.
Yeah, it should have got NC-17.
Yeah,
for
like
show.
these movies where people are like, "Oh, I can't believe they gave me an NC-17 movie. I'm
I know.
like, what did you guys have to do
To get.
an NC-17 movie?
I
'Cause
mean,
clearly it's pretty hard.
Pun intended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, what did they not have in there? They had
Right?
men and
Oh
women
my God,
genitalia. They had
yes.
sex. They had more F words than any other movie.
Yes,
they had
indeed.
drug use. Like, what did they not have in there?
Yeah, it was like porn all
but
night
it had
long.
a good story.
Porn with a good story. So it wasn't softcore, it was like hardcore.
Yeah, but there's other movies out there, like in education, and I can't think of any that have storyline, like legitimate storylines.
That's I mean that's a good point. Because it was a real story too. That's another reason why.
Yeah. And it's American, it's not
And
French.
it did make me want to, and I still haven't read his biography though.
Yeah, I saw an interview with him, and I'm like intrigued as well.
Yeah. So, all right. Well,
Okay.
that's a good list there.
Yeah, so I just wanted to mention 3 movies, and I ended up talking for 20 minutes.
No,
The
we were
stacked library.
contributing.
From the
I do
Stacked
feel a little bit
Library.
better.
Stacked
Yeah,
library.
having talked about.
I'm glad you got that off your chest.
Yes,
Still. I'm glad you got a
indeed.
little bit more of a smile to you.
All right, good. Okay, so you
All right.
guys, what
Carly, what did you stream?
I streamed. Okay, so I first of all, I just want to say I rewatched Horrible Bosses just because it's so funny.
this is such a good
I
movie.
just can't. It's unbelievable to me that Jennifer is just.
Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, she's so fucking weird and mean, and I'm not used to that. And it just every time I revisit it, I'm like, whoa. So it's really kind of neat to see her that way. That's really kind of one of the main reasons why I like to rewatch it. But it's just hilarious all around. So I'm not really gonna critique that. But I did watch her, and I remember you watched her, correct? Didn't you tell me you did?
Watched
What-
her. What do you mean
Joaquin-
watch her? Like I sat out her window. And,
Oh, sorry, I
that
watched the
movie,
movie Her with Joaquin
Oh
Phoenix.
no, that's one of the ones I haven't seen yet.
I
No,
thought you
what-
said you
no.
did. Now you saw it.
I didn't know.
Okay.
We talked. We
We
argued
talked
it
about
over
this.
Voxer,
I know,
but
that's right. But I thought you were going to see it. That's why I'm saying. So it's really good. I watched it by myself while Carl was in China.
Is there a laugh in that movie?
A laugh?
Yeah. Like, do you ever laugh in that movie? Because
What does that mean? I don't know what you're talking
laughing is something you do when something strikes you as funny.
about.
and
Oh, okay.
there's this-
Okay. What do you mean? Are the
uncontrollable
actors
sound.
laughing?
Because you started me as funny. All right.
yeah.
Are you?
anyways,
Do you mean are the actors laughing, or is it a funny movie?
Is it a funny movie? Because it's registered
no.
as a comedy, and everybody
No,
I've
it's
heard
not
said
funny.
it's not funny.
There's a couple funny scenes. Sure, I chuckled.
Yeah.
But in fact, the first opening scene, which is a sex scene, but virtual sex scene, was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I overall would not say so.
Okay.
No.
Because it was registered for comedies. And
I
all the
did not
awards,
know
and
that.
Yeah, and everybody who I talked to had seen the movie. They're like, yeah, it was a good movie, but I wouldn't call it a comedy. But it really, in award season, if you make someone laugh once, they call it a comedy because they don't know what else to do with it.
I guess. I mean, I would have labeled this drama.
Drama,
I mean,
right.
what the
Hardcore,
hell?
yeah.
It's really odd to me. That's I did not know that. Just a classic film about the computer doing the work for you and the loss of human touch and, I don't know, relying on technology, and maybe it's not such a good thing. Maybe it's a good thing. Overall, I actually really enjoyed it, but it was I would call this a dark film.
Yeah. Did your opinion about anything related to technology change having seen this, or make you question anything?
can I just point out you're asking the girl who's using a notepad for her show notes while we're all using our laptops?
Yeah, you
Like
should get a
literally
picture of this.
paper
Can-
and pen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Carly's not going to have a relationship with an operating system. She's going to have it with
she
a
has a
notepad.
meaningful relationship with her
Definitely
paper
not.
and pen. Okay.
Her husband's
She's
going to come
more of
home and
a
she's going to be sitting there with a notepad going, oh, Carl, hi.
She's more of a mechanical girl.
Oh my goodness! No, it didn't. I was telling Steve, like, it was everything I expected. Like, I agreed with what the movie was portraying, which is that perhaps we need to get more in touch with human emotions and human feelings and touch and sound and smell, and not rely on a machine.
Right.
However, it did point out some really good things about technology. And then my last thing on that was very interesting. The whole movie, of its entirety, there is no paper or pencil. It is just he's a writer, but he narrates it. Like, everyone in the office is narrating to a computer, and it writes it for them, even in like beautiful handwriting, but whatever. But the only scene that there is actual pencil and paper is when he gets a divorce and they actually have to sign papers. So I thought that was really interesting. And then the last thing I saw was
Wait, sorry. One more
Yeah.
question about that movie. Can you make any comparisons between that movie and Don John?
Yeah, actually. I thought about it when I was watching it. it's the exact same message, but the film Her is kind of focusing more on not just porn and like that kind of connection, like intimate connection. It's connection on your life, your everyday life, like going for a walk and checking your emails. You're just like standing there with a Bluetooth in your ear going, next, delete, read email, delete.
Right.
Where Don John is like basically about, I mean, same concept of like human touch, human feeling, human senses versus technology, but it's the same concept, but just, you know, in a different light. One is all about, you know, sex and jerking off, and the other is about life, the whole life, all that, jerking off and eating and drinking and playing video games. So that would be my comparison, I suppose, if that will suit.
One has Joseph Gordon-Levitt in it. The
Which
other one
is
doesn't.
so awesome. So yeah,
I'm surprised you said him and not Scarlett Johansson, but interesting point.
Just want to point it out.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, Steve and I are obsessed with him. Then the last thing I saw was the recent X-Men awesome film.
Yeah.
But not my favorite one.
Yeah. What is your
Not my
favorite?
favorite one? I know Carl asked me that this morning. I can't decide. I can't decide, but I will say this was good, entertaining. Would I see it again? No, but I would see it for the one scene that I was telling you about earlier that I'm obsessed with. Okay. What is the name? Maybe Sam and Steven know of that. It's the Marvel. It's this character that's he moves really, really fast. What in the hell is his name?
You mean like Flash?
I think it's Flash.
No, Flash is DC, isn't
Flash
it?
is DC.
Flash is DC.
Marvel. You're talking Marvel, and he moves really fast. Is he blue?
No, he's not blue, but he has gray hair. He's a young. He has gray hair. Dang.
I
Okay.
feel terrible being on this
for
podcast
some reason
network and not knowing this and
I
going
know.
to Comic-Con
This is
in like
a shame.
a week.
What a shame. Okay, well, he is in the movie for about half of it, and he's a young kid because they go back in time to the 70s, and I'm like totally obsessed with that kid and the character, and it was really great. I suggest seeing it, especially if you're into Marvels.
Right.
That's
By the
what I
way,
should-
the answer to the earlier question, what is the best X-Men movie, is X2. That is a correct answer for that.
Okay. All right, well, that's it for me. The only things left I have are Speed Round and our Obsession.
Steve,
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I don't know if I told you guys this, but I started on Supernatural, you know, and I'm now not allowed to watch it unless I'm with my wife because she's totally hooked on it too.
Oh, wow.
So yesterday we watched the final two-parter to finish up season 2. So we're now on to season 3 of Supernatural. So that's what we streamed a lot of. House of Cards, got another episode in me on that one, and then Mud. With Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, it's in my queue. I'm
Yeah,
looking
so
forward.
I
Is it
wanted
good?
to see that. Tell us about
Yes.
it.
So this is the thing. So this
Don't ruin anything because I'm excited.
I'm not going to ruin
okay.
anything, but I'm going to tell you that what makes this movie great is it's not about Matthew McConaughey. It's a coming-of-age movie of the two boys that find him on this island. So the whole premise is he's on the island. You already know from the trailer. I won't ruin anything that he's a wanted man. People are after him, and when you find out what it's for and everything, you kind of can see why he did it. But it's really coming of age of these two boys that end up trying to help him out, and what they see and everything growing up, and how they're treating relationships based off of this guy Matthew McConaughey, who his name is Mud, who has all these what seem like crazy stories, and he just knows so much stuff and everything like that. But it's a backwoods, it's a Tennessee thing. But it was really, really good, and it does not. It ends good, but it's not a Hollywood ending at all. You know, the guy and the girl
that's
don't get
good.
together type of thing.
That's
you know,
good.
oh man, I'm totally gonna blank on her name that plays
Reese Witherspoon.
Yes, Reese Witherspoon, and she did really great in it. She's not in it a whole lot, and that's what I loved was the two big names did not overtake this
big.
movie or
Right,
anything like
okay.
that. They really did a good job of it being about the boys. But yeah, it was a good movie, very well written, I thought. So yeah.
Well, I've been wanting to see it, so I'm glad you're telling me about it. I'll stream it.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool. There's this great scene where Mud has to make this decision to help the kid out and go against everything he's talked about and stuff like that. And it's just like good emotional scene and everything. So do it.
I will say along those lines, there's a really good movie I saw from last year that completely flew under the radar that I loved. That's like that. It has a bunch of like stars in it that play like very supporting roles, and none of them tried to take over the movie. And it's about a kid, and it's a coming of age movie called The Way, Way Back.
Okay. Wait, that sounds familiar.
It really like came and went, and I don't know. But
I feel like
anyways,
maybe Carl saw that.
it's written and directed by the same guys who wrote The Descendants. That came out a couple years ago. So it's kind of got that it kind of a dramatic storyline, but really witty stuff that surrounds it. Except
Okay.
it's even more witty, and it's got. I'll look it up.
While you're looking it up, I wanted to add something that I forgot to add about Marvels in general. One thing I want to say about, well, not most, but some sci-fis, but definitely Marvels is they're always, as ridiculous as it is, I love it, but it always has a really good message, which I really appreciate, which is great also for kids, just so you know. But I mean, it's just like one of the things that was said in the movie was like, you know, it's okay to feel these real emotions and this pain that you're going through because it makes you, you know, a stronger person. And I'm like, oh my God, can we all stop and like realize that? Like not just pretend it's in the movies. Like that's some real shit there we could learn from.
Right.
The end. Did you look it up?
Yeah, no, I mean, I've heard people, I can't remember someone in the movie talking about being a mutant, like being a teenager, where you sort of feel.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Absolutely. Like you don't fit in.
Yeah. Yeah, so the way back, like these are like the main character is like a kid, but this is like just the cast that surrounds him. Steve Carell, who plays the guy that you don't like,
Interesting.
by the way. Toni Collette, Sam
her.
Rockwell, who plays this like really witty, funny. He's the best character in the movie. He plays those characters really well. Maya Rudolph, Rob Corddry, Amanda Peet, Nate Faxon.
Wait a second.
And a lot of other people. Allison Janney.
That,
like,
is this the
people you
one? No,
realize.
I was going to ask, is this the one where she's pregnant and they...
No,
that's
it's
a
the one
different
where it's about this kid and they go to like this beach house with the Steve Carell character, and he is dating his mom. And so
Oh.
he's taking, you know, her and her son to his beach house
Interesting.
with
Okay.
his daughter. And so he has this whole like group of friends there that he's sort of pulling her into, but he's kind of a dick. And so the kid doesn't want to be in this situation at all because he's
Yeah.
a dick. His mom's on his side supporting
Oh,
him.
no.
So he just wants to get away. And so he gets away and he finds this water park where he meets the Sam Rockwell character. Well, he's kind of this like...
I know now what you're talking about. I remember when you said water park, I remember the
Yep, I
previews.
remember
That was
the
one
previews
of the
now,
things.
yeah, and I remember seeing the previews and laughing. And
Yeah, that looked
it's-
really good.
Yeah, it's as good as it's as
Is
good
it,
as the
is it
preview made
portrayed?
out to
Okay,
be.
cool. Well, I'm putting that. I already put that on my list.
Quicksilver
Okay.
was the answer to your question for X-Men.
Oh yeah,
Quicksilver.
that's right.
I looked up the character list on IMDb, and Quicksilver, yeah, and the kid who plays him,
Yeah.
he's in American Horror Story. He has been in all 3 seasons so far.
I didn't know that.
Yes, yeah, and he's great.
He's
in
really
the
great
first
actor,
season.
though.
He is
Just so you know,
great.
like he's really
Yeah.
natural
Yeah.
into his character.
So, did you have any more, Steve?
That was it.
Okay.
Good sir. That
All right.
was it.
So, are we ready to move into a little? Obsession?
Yes, can I tell you a streaming thing real quick?
Yes,
Let's
please.
do
Take
it.
20 seconds. So I've been watching Alfred Hitchcock Presents, right, which is back in the 50s. This one episode I watched, this guy comes back into town, been gone for 6 years. He's an artist. His father had died, and everybody in town's giving him the runaround about how his father died. They're giving him conflicting stories. He's going through and he's trying to figure out who did it, what happened, all this kind of stuff. Goes through the whole episode. Turns out he was a mental patient and he killed his father.
Oh
my
He's the one who
God.
did it. Now this was back in like 1954.
Right. Oh my God.
Guess what? Shutter Island
Yeah.
is like
Really?
the
It's like
same
type
exact
story.
premise,
Yeah,
and I'm
with
like,
Leonardo DiCaprio, yeah.
I'm like, this was back in 1954
Wow.
that this came. And when I'm
Hey,
watching this, the
hey.
first thing I thought of was Shutter Island. It was so freaky
That is. That is.
because it's like, wow, that's the same premise,
Same
and this was
exact
done
premise,
back
yeah.
in the
Obviously
50s.
was influenced by that then.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But it was a really cool episode. So
What if they bought the rights to it? Or if they
Don't you
just-
ever wonder that when you watch stuff, you're like, this is too good. This must have been from the past.
Right.
Right? You can't
Always
even.
it is
good.
weird.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like, man,
That
like
character's supposed to be
stuff gets
Jesus.
regurgitated. You
Oh
know?
my gosh, Jeff.
I
Anyway,
think they ripped the story.
Okay,
off
maybe
from
you're
somewhere.
reading too much into things.
that's my streaming.
That's funny. Okay.
All right, so are you guys ready for a new intro?
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah. All right. Hey, here we go, everybody. Our new segment, Obsession. Here we go.
It does kind of make you tired in the mood.
That makes me, yeah,
Yeah.
makes me a little in the
You're
mood
like,
there. That's good. Can't
I've
do second
relaxed
base for
now.
$1 after this because we're just going.
No, we're really going on.
Yeah.
Oh,
We go from one to the
yeah.
other.
Yeah, no kidding. We did that in the wrong order.
Okay.
Am I going
so,
first?
So
Is that
far,
right?
you've got 2. I've got 1. Is that where we're at for score?
I got 3.
3 and I've got 1.
Yeah.
Wow. Poor Jennifer.
I
Okay.
know. No, poor you not doing.
Excuse me? Go ahead. You about to rip into me? Poor you.
Not
Doing a
doing-
shitty job.
Not doing your homework. So if you don't really like her that much, then whatever.
You know what? Why don't you just go? You only had 2 anyways.
I have 3. Thank you.
Son of a bitch. She
Okay.
lied to me earlier.
Benedict Cumberbatch facts.
Uh-huh.
That's actually hard to say. Benedict Cumberbatch facts. It does sound like a fart in the bathtub, like he said. One thing, this is just interesting. He says it would be great to play a normal guy in a normal comedy. But if you think about it, he hasn't really had that.
No.
He's like a villain or just an off, like, side character or... All right, next fact. This is true. I have heard it many times. He can do a fantastic impression of Chewbacca. It is, like, really good.
And is that a turn on for you, Carly?
Absolutely. Anything Star Wars related. Last fact, he lives in Hampstead, North London, and I will start stalking him now.
All right. When were we making a trip to Europe, people?
I imagine it's a gated community.
Damn it, we can climb over. Come on.
Come on. Pole vault this shit.
We'll wear our 4i radio and 12A stuff.
Shirts and-
Get them all in trouble.
Yeah. Jennifer Lawrence,
Yes.
for her part in Winter's Bone, she actually learned how to skin a squirrel. And so the scene where
Wow.
she did that is her
No!
skinning that squirrel.
That is impressive.
Legit.
Wow.
At the 2013 Oscars, she was carrying in her purse her phone, almonds, a Baby Ruth, and Laffy Taffy.
Baby Ruth. Maybe that was for some sugar.
She is very, very close in Hollywood with Emma Stone and Zoe Kravitz, Lenny Kravitz's daughter.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Yeah, and they're all in X-Men together. And then my last one, she is the first girl on her father's side to be born in 50 years.
Holy
On her
moly!
father's side of the family, there has not been a girl born since 1940, and she was born in 1990. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's
What a crazy
psycho.
fact that is, yeah. So there you go.
Some strong boy genes.
I pulled out my big guns for Jennifer tonight.
Hey, you did good. I think
Thanks.
I kind of feel like you won
You
this
gonna
one.
vote for me this
I'm
time?
going to
Oh.
vote for you.
I
which-
was going to say, I think Carly would even agree that you won this time.
yeah.
Oh, thank goodness. All right, Jennifer,
Yeah,
I
all
still
right,
love you.
congratulations.
Woo, 3-2.
You
Okay.
win. You win.
Shoo. All right, that's what I get for doing my homework.
I need to get a applause sound effect.
I really feel like you need to get an obsession. That's what I feel like.
And
Even if is
it could
permanent.
be me or
be-
Carly if you wanted it.
Sure.
To be. Find out facts about us, obsess over us.
It could just be both of us. It could be the Carly Steve show.
And you don't say which one of us the facts
yeah.
about.
And yeah,
You just-
don't say
here's the
someone's got it. The
facts.
audience has to guess. We
Yeah,
could
if
do a
it's Steve
voting
or
on it
Carly
too.
Fact. Which one's
We're very similar in many ways, so this could be
Could be
challenging.
interesting? That might be your challenge for next
Yeah,
time.
think
All right.
about that. Marinate.
I have a question for you, Carly.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about this Bacon Realty person.
Yeah. Well,
So, like, this is like, I don't know if you saw the post, Jeff, or anything.
Oh, yeah, I followed all of it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like 6 degrees of Bacon Realty is what it's become. Because my cousin Nate went
Mm-hmm.
to high school with Bacon Realty guy,
Right.
Gilbert High School.
Right.
And
there's a lot of
so
connections
there's
with
a ton
the
of
three of us on
connections.
Facebook. We all have some mutual friend of his. His name's Kirk Erickson. He is amazing. Just so you know, he was actually named. His mom named him after Kirk Siberius. James Siberius. Yeah. So his mom's a Trekkie, and
Big
so
time
his name is. And he's actually won over some. People selling homes when he tells them that they're like, "All right, you're my guy. Buy me a house."
Wow.
So
Is he a Trekkie?
I wouldn't say so, but he's well aware. I'll say
Okay.
that. He's not like, what's that? You know, irritating. I just want to be like, I don't like you anymore, people. Anyway, so if you need to buy a house, if you need to sell your house, hashtag Bacon Realtor.
The other cool thing, did you see the thing on there about my friend Jen and her
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah, your friend Jen is currently
Yeah.
working with them and buying a house.
So-
That's what I say. It's like everybody somehow know that we
Connections,
realize
network.
we're all
So
networked
Sam,
too.
here's the story. So this Bacon realtor who you work with, right?
I work with Kirk. I do.
Right. So Jen, who's done work with us, she was a pregnant lady in
Yeah.
the
The
HOA police
Yeah.
stuff and all that, right? So she was looking for a house.
Okay.
And so I said, well, I know someone who, works at a realtor place, and she can hook you up with somebody if you need somebody. And she said, no, I already got somebody. So I said, okay. So Jen gets her, they're not attorneys. What are they called?
Realtor?
Realtors.
Her attorney to find me a house.
Yeah.
It's
That's
really
some
expensive when
serious.
you go
Yeah,
through-
that's some serious searching there.
Really expensive.
So she hired her attorney to get her into a house.
That was her first mistake.
That was her first mistake. So she hires
Of many.
So she hires her again a realtor. Realtor. They buy a house, and come to find out that the guy that she hired is the same person Carly was going to recommend for her
Oh my goodness,
if she had called
that's
Carly.
wild.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the only way she found that out is because of this bacon realtor stuff that we saw.
Hashtag bacon realtor.
Yeah, and if you haven't been on our Facebook page, you need to see the pictures of these.
Oh, dude, the signs are fucking
signs.
hilarious.
Yeah, like Ermagerd.
Ermagerd,
Not
not
haunted.
haunted.
He'll buy you a box of, a
Free pizza.
pizza with the purchase of a home.
It's so awesome.
Yeah. And on his business cards, he has the Ghostbuster emblem on it. And it's really small, and he's always surprised if somebody notices it.
Nice. All right, there you go.
So what's the story behind
What's the
Bacon
bacon?
Realtor?
Well, he just really loves bacon, and that's
man.
pretty simple,
Pretty
you
man.
know?
Yeah,
And so he's
that's
like,
enough.
hey, he actually gives, I think 6 months worth of bacon
Bacon?
when you purchase a house. So
Nice.
he'll deliver it to your house. He'll even send you just flowers and bacon.
No, I saw a picture of some couple that was holding. It was,
Yeah,
had to
tons
be like
of bacon.
30 pounds of just
Yep.
bacon, and then it was like bacon dressing this, and then bacon something that, and the bacon
Yeah.
something
Did
this.
you
and
did you
it
guys
was
happen to see my
hilarious.
Facebook? How my profile picture was changed to "I love bacon"? Yeah. I left my sign on in at work, and I left, and he took full advantage.
Full advantage, and
okay.
all of a sudden she had
But he's,
bacon pictures.
he's just, it's a smart thing to do.
Oh, it is.
And he's gotten a lot of business out of it, and he's a really good man. I really recommend him. He's honest, and he has a beard. You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, if he loves bacon.
He had me at bacon and then the beard, but he.
Oh, he's
once
part
I
of the
saw
bearded team. Did you know that? We have a bearded team at Shriner Realty.
Oh,
So, yeah, there's a whole bunch of them with beards.
the beard group.
The bearded team.
All right, I like it.
Sorry, go
He
on.
seems like he is an extremely fun guy, and I think that's where, like, I worked with a few realtors, and like, if you can't have some fun with it or
Yeah.
be able to joke around and stuff,
Totally.
it's such a horrible.
Oh,
and it's a horrible
yes.
thing, anyways, to have to go through if you're looking through 10 or 15 houses. You want somebody you
Ugh,
can have
I
some
know.
fun with, and that's going to kind
Absolutely.
of get to know you and stuff like that. So once I saw those signs, I was like, I'm sold. This guy's hilarious.
Yeah,
So,
he's a good listener. So I recommend him if, for our audience in
Yeah.
Arizona here.
Well, is he available for vegans?
Yes, indeed. I mean, he might ask if he can still hang the hashtag Bacon Realtor on the sign, but
Got it.
absolutely, I think
Right.
he's open. He's an open heart,
Okay, all right. So
full of
there you
bacon, but it's open. It's
go.
open.
Open heart. Well,
should- he
if he
should
keeps
do it.
eating bacon, he's going to have an open heart.
No kidding.
He should do like a hashtag broccoli realtor.
Oh my
too,
gosh,
For
yes.
the vegetarians.
For the vegetarians
vegetarian
and the
sides.
vegan.
Yes, that'd be perfect.
And then
Hashtag
someday
broccoli
he's going to
realtor.
have the ultimate broccoli wrapped in bacon realtor.
Yes,
Yeah, well, he'll send that broccoli realtor that for her gift.
there you go.
Wait, notice how I made it a her. That was almost like sexist of me. I was like, oh yeah, the broccoli realtor will be a her.
Yeah. Damn female vegans.
Weak
Yeah.
vegan.
Okay, so what do we need to do next, Carly? Do you need to get going here soon? Do we need to move on?
I think she's being
I'm
entertained
alright.
right now.
I'm all right. I'm satisfied.
I like how Steve answered for her. No, I think she's doing
Yeah,
fine.
apparently Steve is my husband for the night. He just answers for me.
Well, I was sitting next to her on the couch, and she was really, really pissy earlier because Jeff was messing with the damn iPad.
Oh God! I was
And
like,
I thought she was
might as
gonna
well
bite
take
my
a
face
poop,
off.
and geez, taking forever.
So I'm really worried, and so I keep eyeballing her every once in a while just to see if she's about to like attack or if she's got at least somewhat of a smile on her face. But I think we're good. I've got
I'm
a
good.
second base. Do you have a film history?
I do.
All right, and do you have anything else or no? You were
Just speed round.
Speed round.
I'm good.
Okay, let's just jump into either your film history or my second date.
Let's do whatever this is.
This is a little segment we like to call How to Get to Second Base for $1. Oh, yeah.
Whatever this is. That was the wrong button. Anyways, I went to the Netflix. I'm going to start alternating this because, again, Redbox failed me. And guess who I'm not mentioning at all? That's right, because the bitch is done.
Oh.
Speaking of which, Redbox is closing down
What?
places for the first time. They're doing like a big closure of certain Redboxes.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know, and that might be a part of it. You've been complaining about Redbox
I've
for
been
the
doing
past
it
few
enough.
weeks, and that might be a
I've
part
You
of
know
it.
why? Because they're in the red.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I don't speak
Uh,
much.
this is Netflix, and this is a 2012 movie. It's been in my queue for a long time. I finally watched it, called Upside Down.
Wait, I think I don't know.
Jim Sturgis and
Yes.
Kirsten Dunst.
Yes.
You put it in your recommendation for Halloween movies or something like that. didn't you?
Halloween
Or,
movies?
I don't know if I put it
or maybe Valentine's.
I might have done for
movies?
Valentine's.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Good for
maybe.
Valentine's.
That would have been really weird.
Did I watch the right movie? Jeez.
One of the lists we did.
Anyways, it's a great idea, and for the science fiction person in me, I loved it. It's these twin planets that are floating next to each other, and so they have opposing gravities. And there's this great one point where they're close enough that if you're standing there and you're on top of a mountain, and you can see each other and talk to each other from these two different planets. But if you, from one planet, go to the other planet, the gravity is going to pull on you from your planet, type of thing. Like you. So it's this great, and it's a typical love story. It's star-crossed lovers type of thing.
Right.
But they, because of that science fiction part of it, it's the struggle of how he's going to try and get to this girl. And they fall in love in the very beginning, and then something happens, and it's 10 years later, and it's how he devises this whole plan to get her back and what happens at the end. And I thought it was really well done. I loved it for the science fiction portion of it. Jim Sturgis did Across the Universe.
I love him.
And I thought this was really similar as far as a love story goes as Across the Universe, because he does a lot of voiceover stuff in this, and it's the affluent girl from the rich planet in this case, and then he's from the planet that mines the stuff for them, type
So
of
it's
thing.
very Romeo and Juliet.
Yes, very Romeo and Juliet-esque, but I just
sci-fi, Romeo and Juliet.
and I just
Way better.
loved the sci-fi part of it. So it's so perfect for a guy just because of that sci-fi,
Right.
but a really, really great, Romeo and Juliet love story, and gorgeous scenes. The way that they made use of the opposing gravity is great, because there's this one scene where he has to pull her down to his planet with a rope, and is pulling because her gravity is pulling her towards her planet.
Oh, I see.
And so he throws a rope up, and the rope just kind of floats freely, and she grabs onto it, and then he's underneath this rock and pulling her with all his might to get her down to to his planet. Well, then when she's there, when the two of them are hugging, the opposing gravities are fighting each other, and so they stay in place together. And it's this great scene, and the way they filmed it and everything was really awesome. And they're just kind of slowly spinning, but when they're holding on to each other,
It's perfect.
it's like nothing else. And that's what I loved about it. When they're holding on to
that's a
each
great
other,
concept.
everything else in the world is gone.
I love that.
It doesn't matter. It was really good. So that's my suggestion. A couple years old, but
Did
very
you
well done.
ever? Sorry to interrupt, but did you ever see him in that movie with can't think of his name right now, but we all know him, and he's in that movie show House of Cards. Help me.
21.
Spacey?
Yeah, did you see
Yes,
that? Kevin
yes.
Spacey, yes,
Yeah, it was
21.
Kevin Spacey,
Great,
21.
great
Very
movie.
good movie.
Yeah, very good.
I really liked
Yeah.
it too. Yeah.
That's when they're ripping off the casinos, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it's good. It's really good.
Yeah.
All
And
right, go ahead,
those
sorry.
are the only three actually that I really know Jim Sturgis from, or Across the
Yeah,
Universe.
yeah, he's in a
Upside
couple
Down,
others,
and
but they're not that
21.
great. Yeah.
And he does amazing in all of them. But no, that was it. I definitely suggest it. Good sci-fi.
Ooh, I'm totally
really
gonna do
good
it.
romance to it, and just great little stories. On how they
I'm
do
gonna
that.
do
A
it.
couple of good
I'm
side
gonna do it.
characters too. So
Awesome.
do it. Second base. Go.
Do it.
All right. Film history.
What kind of yawning? You're
Horrid.
boring yourself already with your film history.
It's time for
Maybe reconsider.
This Week in Film History.
So before I get into this, Carly, did you do your top 10 list?
I did my top 15. I can't believe I forgot.
Oh, you didn't bring it with you?
I have it.
Oh, she's got
Oh,
it.
you do?
I
Okay.
just
She
forgot
has
to
her
mention
notepad.
it. It's right here. Wait, let me open my laptop.
Let me get her. She's got to get her cloud opened up.
I got my laptop.
Log into her
yeah,
cloud account.
I did another top list. but
Ooh, okay,
I'm
yeah.
very interested in hearing Carly's.
You want to hear mine? I
Yeah,
actually
wanna
did
hear
it
yours.
in order too, like not just how someone's like 1 to 10, but not in order.
Right.
I actually did mine in order, and I
Excellent.
couldn't do 10. I had to do 15.
Excellent.
All right, are you
Number
ready?
one's the top.
Yeah.
Like
the top,
Okay,
like my
all right.
number
Wait, are
one
you starting on 1 or are you starting on 15?
ever. Where do you want me to start?
15.
15.
Work your way up to 1.
Wow, you
Build the
guys
suspense.
like the suspense.
Yes.
Okay. All right, number 15, American History X.
Oh, okay.
I think that's a really good. Number 14, Aviator.
Oh, yes. Another Scorsese one.
Never seen it.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Number 13, hey, another one with Leo, Inception.
Mm-hmm.
12, Brokeback Mountain.
Okay.
11, The Silence of the Lambs.
Classic.
10, Pulp Fiction.
Classic.
9, Star Trek Into Darkness. Sorry, I just
Really?
totally
Second
obsessed.
Total.
I'm
geek
sorry.
indigestion.
Wait,
Everyone,
how many
just went
Cumberbatch
everywhere.
movies are there on this list?
Just the one.
Okay.
Okay, number 8, The Shawshank Redemption. Number 7, I combined because it's the Before Sunset, After Sunrise. It's the series. I can't just do one. That's silly.
And you haven't seen the third
I
one
know I
yet?
haven't, so technically that's, shame on me. Number 6, Good Will Hunting. Number 5, Garden State.
Love that movie.
Such a good movie.
Number 4, Harry Potter series. If I had to pick one, I will, but I would rather just say the whole series.
Wait,
So this just became like a 25 list then, I think, right?
Be quiet. Number 3, I think Jurassic Park.
Excellent.
I'm surprised it's only 3.
I know. Number 2, Schindler's List. Number 1 is going to blow you out of the water. You're going to be like, what? It's my favorite movie of all time. The Royal Tenenbaums.
Oh, yeah,
Nicely done. All right.
Very good.
So I hope that entertained you.
Yes,
That's
that's
a
great.
great
That's a
list
good
right
list.
there.
Thank you. Just so you know, I spent
Solid.
2 days on it. In fact, you can tell, too, because I wrote the list, but, the viewers and listeners cannot see the listeners. I always say viewers. You can see I changed it. It was the top 16 and then top 11 and then top 15. And then I ordered it all around.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I told
You have to admit
Carly.
that's pretty good.
I
It
told
is.
Carly beforehand that when I saw that she had done a top 15, that I started working on mine. So next podcast, I
It's
can have
you.
mine.
Excellent.
What's your...
And I'll try and do it in that order, but that's always tough. Yeah, picking a number 1.
It is. Well, for
But
me, it
nicely
wasn't.
done with the
Thank
Royal
you.
Tenenbaums. So
Thank
yes.
you.
Yeah. Well, what I had to do for this list is I just had to make one big, huge list of all I could think of, and then sort of whittle that down into top 10.
I know, it's hard.
Yeah. So what I decided to do, I was playing with this for a while, and it took me a while to narrow it down. But I made, this is my top 50 list.
Oh my God! Are
What?
we gonna go
top
through
50 list of what?
Yeah.
We can't talk
Movies
about
of
these.
all time?
No, this is my top 50 most entertaining sitcom characters.
Oh my gosh.
Entertaining
Jeff.
sitcom characters.
Yeah.
Top 50.
We can't
You're
ask
gonna
about
go
any of
through all
them.
50? No, Carly and I are just going to be very
Yeah.
quiet right now.
Yeah, you need to just go
because
through
we,
them
we
and
can't
then-
You want
have
me
a
to just
3
blaze
hour,
through the whole list?
We
Yeah.
can't have a 3-hour podcast.
That's going to be too long.
I'll let you go a little bit slower once you get to the top 3 or 5.
This should be a speed round top 50.
Yeah.
Go.
And go.
Okay, so we'll get down to about 10, and then we'll slow it down a little bit. Other than
right.
that, we're just going to blaze through this. All right, here we go. Okay, sorry. Top 51. And number 51 starts with a tie.
Oh my God, Jeff!
All right, here we go. Number 51, Norm and Coach from Cheers. Number 50. Oh, wait, so just real quick.
He's
already stopped himself.
This is going to be 2 hours.
This is, I know.
No, sitcom has to be non-animated and
I
not
see.
a variety
the
show.
rules. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No animated shows, no variety shows. Okay, here we go.
Nerd
all right.
alert.
Let me scroll down. I got a long way to scroll here. All right, here we go.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Number 50, Zach from Saved by the Bell. 49, Tim, Home Improvement. Dr. Solomon from 30 Rock. Dharma from Dharma and Greg. Rudy from The Cosby Show. 45, Mama from Mama's Family. Selena from Veep. Leslie from Parks and Rec.
Yes.
Louie from Louie.
Yes.
Dr. Huxtable from The Cosby Show. Number 40, Jeff from Community. 39, Baldrick from Blackadder. 38 is a tie, Monica and Chandler from Friends. 37, George from The Jeffersons. Lowell, Wings. Dave from News Radio. Rose, Golden Girl. Jack from 30 Rock. Liz Lemon from 30 Rock. Mork from Mork and Mindy.
Oh, yeah.
Number 30, Lucille from Arrested Development.
Yeah. Oh, come on, Wild Buster.
Maxwell Smart, Get Smart. Sue from Glee. Herman from the Munsters. 25, Uncle Fester from The Addams Family. Jack from Will and Grace. Dwight Schrute, The Office. Michael Bluth from Arrested Development. Tom Hagerford from Parks and Recreation. Number 20, Bill from News Radio. Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory. Tobias from Arrested Development. Phil from Modern Family. Gilligan from Gilligan's Island. Number 15, Barney from How I Met Your Mother. 14, Cam from Modern Family. 13, Kramer from Seinfeld. 12, Seinfeld from Seinfeld. 11, Karen from Will and Grace. And the top 10, are you guys ready?
Go.
Go.
Here we go. Top 10, The Fonz from Happy Days. Archie from All in the Family. 8, Alf from Alf. 7, Joey from Friends. 6, Michael Scott from The Office. Number 5, Fred from Sanford and Sons. 4, Jim from Taxi. That was the Christopher Lloyd character. Number 3, Joe Bluth from Arrested Development. Number 2, Ron Swanson from Parks and Recreation. And number 1, Lucille Ball from I Love Lucy.
Very well done
Wow.
for 50. I can't
Wow.
believe you had ties in your 50s.
I know.
Like,
That's crazy.
tied
Yeah.
with, I'm like, wow. That was,
There was one name I had highlighted that Steve was going to chew me out for not having on there.
what name?
From Schmidt. from
Schmidt?
New Girl.
Oh, from New Girl? That is probably one of my favorite characters ever. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Well, good
right.
job. That was a good list. I'm not going to top 50 my favorite sitcoms,
No,
just so
me-
you know.
me
I'm
neither.
going to do a top 10, 15 movies, though. I'll do that one.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
do that. I think I
Yeah.
can.
I'm going to do my top 100 female porn stars right now.
Okay, at 100.
Going back from the 70s. No, it's
Let me see.
So any thoughts on the list just off the bat?
I like that Alf was in your top 10 list.
Okay.
That is
I liked that Leslie was in there because from Parks and Rec, because and anyone from Arrested Development.
Yeah, that was the
Chicken
thing. I
dance.
mean, clearly, I tried.
Chicken dance. Yeah.
There's certain parts where you try to be unbiased, but there's other parts where you're just like, I love everybody in Arrested Development. I love
So do
everybody.
I.
I mean,
Every
Arrested
character is
Development,
great. Parks and
Modern
Rec.
Family, Parks and Rec,
Yeah, Modern Family, totes.
and News Radio. They all have like such amazing character ensembles that that's just like.
I like that you went back far.
Yeah, you did. You went
I mean,
back real far.
Some people listening to this may not even know Lucille
Absolutely.
Ball. It's like, go
Yeah.
watch the shows
Or even
because
Norm.
Yeah.
any of the sitcoms that you watch today were basically because of those early shows and what they did. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the reality of it. So
Yeah, and that was one of my concerns too. Like most of them is, and it's a bunch of white guys. Let's be honest. It's a bunch of it's a very white guy heavy list. But that's I don't know if that's the shows I like or what, but that's not good.
That's okay. We'll be all right
That
with
took
that.
some time, Jeff.
I mean,
Yeah, no kidding.
now that I stop and think about it, Carlton from Fresh Prince would be.
Oh
Yeah, he
no,
was good.
52.
52.
we go.
Okay.
Keep on going.
All right, next segment, please. Hit play. Hit play.
he has his segregated list and his non-segregated list.
That is horrid.
Oh, that's bad.
Absolutely horrid.
That's bad.
All right,
Alf
we're-
is not white.
Yeah,
There you
Alf
go.
is in this.
Alf
we
has
can
got
do
his own
fictional
separate little
characters.
list.
I
All
like
right, next week, stay tuned for the top 3 Asian sitcom characters.
There you go.
Oh my god.
we just.
Many as I could get. Sorry.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Next,
round.
moving on. Here we
Speed
go.
round.
Speed run.
Okay. We didn't even talk about this. I don't know how we're going to do this. Jeff, did you even have a speed round?
I have one.
I have one.
Is Sam choosing again or Sam?
I have one for everybody again.
Oh, that's
Jesus
fine.
Christ.
Well,
so
that's
does this just
fine.
mean like Carly and I just go and get first and
I
you're
know.
going to
Yeah.
do a story?
Are people getting bored?
When you
It's just
say-
Steve and I.
When you saying just like one for everybody, what do you mean?
Like you all get
Another
to answer.
ab lib.
No, not an ad lib. It's. I'm going to ask a question and everybody has
Okay,
to give
I
me an
got you.
answer.
So we'll make you go last because that sounds like a good ending.
Okay.
I think.
Perhaps,
see.
unless it's like, let's talk about your top 60 favorite brunettes in a sci-fi. Go.
Oh, God. Okay.
Okay, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
We'll mix it up then.
Okay, that's good. I
You
like-
both have to ask me
Okay.
your top 10.
Ooh, I like this.
And then Jeff can ask everybody, and
Yeah,
I won't
let's
answer
do that.
as much.
You go first. dude.
All
So
right, I'll go
I'm going to
first.
be put on the spot here.
Mine is completely themed around Phoenix Comicon. Okay. First off, have you ever been to a Comic-Con?
Yes, but not officially with
Okay.
a ticket.
Okay, that's fine. You can just say yes. We
Yes,
don't need
yes,
to know
yes.
the details,
Scandalous.
the police involvement. Have you ever cosplayed?
No.
Okay. Danny Glover or Richard Dean Anderson?
Richard Dean Anderson.
Bruce Campbell or Nathan Fillion?
Bruce Campbell.
John Ratzenberger or Carrie Elwes?
Ratzenberger.
Okay. These next ones are all you would have to choose one or the other because these things happen at the same time at Comic-Con this year.
Okay.
Would you go to Improv 101 or duct taped costuming for beginners?
Duct tape costuming for beginners.
Totally.
Yes.
Now, would you go to Preparing for the Zombie Apocalypse or My Little Pony Friendship Hour?
Zombie apocalypse.
Oh no, My Little Pony.
Hey, you're not answering
I
this,
know,
Carly.
I got involved.
The kids, would you rather go to The Kids Need to Read charity poker tournament event or Evening Erotica?
Evening erotica.
Really?
Would you rather go to the LARPing demo and games or to magic wand making?
Magic wand making.
Yeah.
All right. Now that you've seen all that and you know what's happening with Phoenix Comicon,
Okay.
do you think you may be over your head by going to Comic-Con, or do you say, bring it on, I like nerds and geeks of all shapes and sizes?
Bring it on.
Okay.
Yeah, Sam.
All right, those are all
Mine
legitimate.
aren't as exciting as yours.
Come on.
Oh, they're not.
Marvel it up.
Mine are-
Everybody listening to the show, fast forward for.
Yeah, just for like 2 minutes.
Skip the next 2 minutes.
Okay.
Just Carly.
Well, because mine are always, they're so simple, mine are. I'm not really
that's okay.
simple-minded.
I'm a simple
so,
person.
Yeah, but this is working out. All right, Malcolm in the Middle or Malcolm X?
Malcolm X.
Current favorite TV series?
Current?
The one you're currently into.
Cosmos.
Okay. Favorite movie of all time?
Star Trek. No, Star Wars. I would go Star Wars.
I know that's always a hard one for me,
Yeah.
too. Best score in a movie?
The one for Lord of the Rings.
Okay. Do you like The Last of the Mohicans?
Yes.
Okay. Sedona, Arizona or San Francisco, California?
Sedona.
The Beatles or the Rolling Stones?
Stones.
Wow. Christianity or Buddhism?
Christianity.
Wolverine or Iron Man?
Wolverine.
Anakin or Obi-Wan?
Obi-Wan.
Okay.
All right.
Wow.
Those are
Okay,
fun. Simple.
That was
go.
a true speed round right there.
That was speedy.
There was definitely some speed. And some,
I like that.
And now on to Jeff.
Oh my God!
He just prepped himself. He did that to himself. Well, that was a true speed round you guys just did right
And
there.
we're gonna
now
go.
let me tell you what I've got.
That'll be 10
This
minutes
is
long.
the not so
I love
speed round.
Jeff.
Do I need an intro for Jeff's not so speed round?
Yeah, and it's the slow mo. It's
Yeah, it's like,
real raw 50s.
Don't. Don't.
Poor Jeff.
Okay, so we can do this as a speed round. What's going to happen is I'm going to ask a question, and then we're going to go around. So,
Oh man.
so Carly, you go first,
All
and
right.
then Steve, and then Sam. So you all just got to give me your answer right
I'm
away.
on to it.
Don't stop.
But if I don't know, can I say pass?
Don't.
Yeah, but I give you pretty much the.
It's simple?
Yeah.
Okay.
I pretty much lay it out for
Okay.
you. So,
Okay.
the theme, inspired by The Wolf of Wall Street.
Steve, pay attention.
Oh, here we go.
God, I'm sorry.
All these questions
Do
are
we have
based,
to curse?
Yeah, based on.
Start all your answers with the F word.
Okay.
Yeah. For those of you who feel inspired, begin every answer with the F word.
All right.
And so all these questions are based around the idea that you all got filthy rich for doing something illegal.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I like that.
I daydream about
I know,
this.
right?
So you all got filthy rich, and you're all making terrible decisions, making lots of money, just like in the
It's
movie,
gonna be the
right?
easiest speed round
I
ever.
know. I'm excited.
Don't say that, Steve, because
I
then
know, I
he'll
know.
give you like a
Jinx us.
3 minute long question.
Oh, geez, no kidding.
So if this was really in our scenario, speed round would involve all of us actually doing speed before we did the round. Yes.
Okay.
All right. So
we could do that, right?
We can act.
yes, that's
We
it.
can act.
So
I'm
here we
passing it
go.
out right
So
now.
we'll just go around, answer,
Let's do
and
it.
we'll
Ready.
move on. Here we go. Ready? All right. What is your vice? Sex, drugs, or alcohol?
Fucking alcohol.
Fucking sex.
Sex.
All right.
He won't say
do
that.
you do you fill your company with loyal friends or the most qualified people you can find?
Fucking loyal.
Loyal fucking friends.
Loyal.
All right. Private jet or private yacht?
Effing yacht.
Effing jet.
Jet.
Actually, pick any number.
7.
2.
3.
That's how many divorces you have. All right. You got away with a big $50 million pull. You can either retire and never ever work again, or do you risk pulling off the $100 million heist?
Fucking never work.
Never fucking work again.
Never work.
All right. Excellent.
Did you say pole, by the way?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, because I was thinking stripper right there.
Okay. Yeah.
Sex was his
He's
answer.
keeping the theme in mind. He's keeping
So
the
Sam is changing his
strippers and cocaine.
earlier. Excellent. Okay, so choose one: house in the Hamptons, top of a skyscraper in New York, or private island in Belize.
fucking the first one.
The house in Hamptons.
Yeah.
House in Hamptons.
Belize.
Excellent. You are finally arrested for what you've been doing. You can either spend 10 years in jail or spend 6 months in jail if you rat out all of your friends.
A fucking rat.
Yeah, I'm an asshole. Rat the fucking friends out.
I'm
Ooh, the loyal one.
I'll go jail.
Jail. All right.
I'm gonna have Sam on my
Sam's
team.
on my side.
Yeah.
Screw Carly.
I love that you all decided to fill your company with your loyal friends, and then you all chose to rat.
I did
didn't
not
say-
rat them.
I was not a loyal friend.
I was the only loyal
I
person.
just choose the loyal ones. I'm not
Shows
loyal.
I'm not loyal. They're all around me for my money.
Yes,
bastard.
exactly.
All right, I am forming a new company with different people.
Nice.
That was fun.
Yeah, nice. That was good.
Well done,
that was a
Jeff.
unique.
I love how you all give me shit before we get started. And
No,
then
I
once
was
we
about
get
to
through
say
it,
that. But yeah, I was about to say you at least you know how to end it well. I think that's a really great thing.
Okay.
There you go.
I mean, that's very unique. You've done some unique things. Although, maybe next time 25 top something.
Just saying.
They don't all work.
Yeah.
They don't all work.
Not all,
Sometimes
but the
you're on an
ending-
eagle flying over a canyon.
If you want to do something
never
funny,
let you-
Right, I remember that.
you got to be willing to fail sometimes.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Jeff?
I fail all the time.
There's
I
life
applaud you.
lessons.
It was well done. I'm glad you can take the ribbing that we give you about your speed rounds in
In
film
fact, we have
history.
pictures of us sleeping from earlier.
We just posted them on Facebook of us
Yeah,
sleeping
that's the
during
thing,
your
like,
top
every
50.
Every time I do film history, there's always a moment where I look over and Steve and Carly are like doing selfie time because they're bored with whatever I'm talking about.
And it's funny, we're selfieing ourselves separately next to each
It's
other.
not like we're
We're not even like doing
taking
it
pictures of
together.
each other or
Yeah,
anything.
no.
No,
I know
just
because that
ourselves.
takes more time.
Yeah, exactly.
You would do the other thing, but then you would have to
Yeah.
listen longer.
Totally, yeah. Agreed.
Jeff, but Steve is the person who will go and rent a DVD, right, or stream
I'll
something
stream it.
because he doesn't want to get up and put the DVD.
It's too much. It's way
It's
easier.
too much work, so he'll
with my
pay $3.
Chromecast. Yeah,
Right.
He'll pay $3 to rent a movie,
so I don't have to get my ass off the couch and
so he
put the
doesn't have
DVD
to
in
go
the
up
damn
and
player.
put the
I don't blame
DVD
you.
in there.
I don't blame you.
So I think there's a little bit of laziness there. That's all I'm saying.
All right, that was good.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening to our wonderful hour. We hope we've entertained. I'm going to go hashtag Bacon Realty and give him crap for his vegan hate. So
I agree.
Bacon Realty. Hashtag, what did I say?
Broccoli.
Hashtag Broccoli
Broccoli
Realty.
Realty.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
That's the
Okay,
next
so everybody, real quick, what's your takeaway from the show?
Don't make your list so long.
Don't make your list so long. All right, Steve.
sex and yachts in the Hampton.
Ooh, yeah. Desirable.
I don't know. It's time to end.
Okay.
That's my
That's good.
takeaway.
I like that.
All right.
All right, everybody,
Music.
we're going to move on to our own Wolf of Wall Street story. You guys enjoy your week. Thank you very much for listening.
The 12A podcast is produced by 12A Productions and distributed by the Four-Eyed Radio Network. To learn more about the podcast or to see what other projects the 12A team is working on, check out 12aproductions.com.
I don't know about you, Jeff, but I think that ending satisfied Carly.
Yeah, I'm satisfied.
I like to hear that from a woman.
Thanks, Jeff, for satisfying me.
This has been another great presentation by the Four-Eyed Radio Network. You can find more information at foureyedradio.com.